Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm KPG, and welcome back to some more Triangle Strategy. In the last episode, we had our first game over, and it wasn't even in the middle of a battle. We got a game over because we were in the Rosellan village inside of the Wolford domain, and we had to find some sort of key in order to protect ourselves from the Hyzantean army, which came full force at us. First time we tried that, we did not find it, and we were destroyed. So we had to try again, and I struggled a little bit to find it. I had to actually look it up. We figured it out. The key was actually a salt crystal, which we are using right now as leverage against Hyzante, because the existence of salt outside of Hyzante threatens the very religion at the core of Hyzante, and just threatens their monopoly on salt in general as well. So we're going to use this as leverage and speak to the Hierophant of Hyzante. So that's pretty much what we're going to do. Yep. So Serenoa uses the discovery of the salt crystal to gain an audience with the Hierophant. Let's get it. Let's get going into it. Probably going to end up doing a Scales of Conviction decision today, so we should probably try to get there pretty quickly.
We granted you an audience because of Minister Exham's petition, but I did not expect you to show us this. A crystal made of salt. How very fascinating. It certainly does contradict the doctrine here in our blessed land. Or it would, were it real. Have you any proof that this was not created by magic or technology?
Interesting. Again, we have to prove something in front of the Saintly Seven. The last time we tried to prove something to them, it did not go well. If you guys remember, it did not go well. The last time we were when we were put on trial in front of the Saintly Seven, it did not go well. But we got to fight Sorsley anyway, and we destroyed him, so it was all fine.
Well,
no, actually. Game over. Oh.
with all due respect, Minister, I have a question for you in return.
Right, yes, we're letting Benedict do the talking. Good. Let the smart one do the talking.
What do you think of Aesfrost and Glenbrook's decree to stop trade with Hyzante?
I think it nothing more than a threat. Neither would last very long without our salt.
Gustadolph is no fool. Such an edict would not come without proper countermeasures in place. Countermeasures such as another source of salt, for example. Having their own salt would make Hyzante redundant, at best, and your nation would soon find itself in dire straits without the salt tax's revenue.
What is it you want from us?
Your full support.
Lend us your strength, and together we can defeat Aesfrost, and Hyzante's ties to all nations will remain intact.
You mean to start a war. The kingdom of Glenbrook may be naught but a puppet now, but it was once your homeland. You understand this, yes?
We ain't got no problems. We got Roland with us, so we fine.
We do.
Even so, my people do not wish for war. We must try to resolve this peacefully first.
Do you think Gustadolph can be reasoned with? Need I remind you that it was he who invaded Glenbrook? He is a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Be that as it may, neither my people nor soldiers will accept it as a reason to go to war.
Well, maybe they'll launch an attack on Hyzante while we're here, and then we can be like, hey, let's go! Time to destroy Aesfrost.
Then I shall give you one.
Oh, is he going to reveal himself?
For I am the second son of King Regna. Roland Glenbrook.
You live.
There is no mistaking that face.
So the prince lives to slay his kingdom's invader. We could not ask for a better reason.
If you need a just cause to go to war, let it be me. We must stop Gustadolph.
Let's go, Roland.
It all makes sense now. O Holy One, have you heard? Pray, tell me what you would have us do. it shall be done. Wolfort, Prince Roland, heed the words of the Holy One. The holy state of Hyzante stands with you.
Let's go! All we had to do was show them some salt, and and that's the difference between them demolishing us and them fighting with us.
The Holy One would see you defeat Aesfrost and restore peace to Nozelia.
Let's do it.
Our nation shall spare no effort in your fight against Gustadolph. From this day forth, we support Prince Roland as our commander and Lord Serenoa as one of the Saintly Seven.
Wait, hold on. We're allowed to be one of the Saintly Seven, even after what we did with the Roselle?
Me? A saint?
We are brethren now. We ride to war together.
I love how it's just decided for us. Like, you're a member of the Saintly Seven, bro. It's just how it is. Oh, he didn't even ask either. He's just like, Serenoa, you're one of the Saintly Seven. I hope this doesn't really have repercussions later down the road, though, about the Roselle. Maybe they just
Well, would you
decided
look
to-
at that? We secured Hyzante's support, and you even got yourself named one of the Saintly Seven.
Anyway, before Eridor interrupted me, I was gonna say maybe like maybe they just like whatever, we'll let you have those Roselle, I guess. I don't know, whatever. Let's just continue.
We also received a signed document stating the Roselle in Wolford are left in our care.
Let's go!
Good going, lad.
Oh, it is Benedict and Roland to whom we owe this victory.
Everyone here has suffered so much on my behalf. My weakness and worthlessness have brought pain and misfortune to you all. And for that I must apologize.
You've got nothing to apologize for. I already told you. House Wolfort's the sword and shield of the crown.
I've decided that I must press forward, even if it means crawling forth on my hands and knees. I ask for your support as always. I know I will need it.
And you shall have it. I'm with you every step of the way, my lord.
Is something the matter, Frederica?
No. My apologies for worrying you.
Now, to battle! We take back Glenbrook with our own hands!
Yeah, we take back Glenbrook. Although I think we still have like 9 more chapters, so maybe not right away. Maybe slowly and steadily. Are we just straight up going to war? No. We're not instantly going to war. We still have a little bit more story to do. Let's actually first, though... Whoa. Yes, there we go. I was going to say, we need to check first to see if there are side stories, and there is one, so it's a good thing we checked. Alright, let's go see what's going on over here. Central Hyzante. The Saintly Seven discussed their earlier council and the possibilities on the horizon. I mean, I guess this means not Serenoa, even though he is technically one of the Saintly Seven now. It's more like the Saintly Six. Or just these two.
Did you know about this salt crystal exam?
No. Neither did I know of Prince Roland's survival. I thought he had perished.
Likewise. What did you make of the Holy One's decree?
Hyzante is a grand nation, but unfortunately not one blessed with a bountiful harvest of anything other than salt. Were we not able to trade, there is no doubt our nation would wither to naught. We've relied solely on salt for much too long, and that reality was made painfully clear to us.
Harsh words, but true nonetheless. Do you think we can triumph over Aesfrost?
Mark my words, Minister Camso. There is no fight Exham Marshal cannot win.
Yeah, that's the spirit. At least he's on our side now, because in the alternate reality where we didn't find that salt crystal, we were screwed.
The Holy One has ordered for us to deliver our Elfric to House Wolfort.
And here I thought your research results to be top secret. What a curious turn of events.
Perhaps the Hierophant determined it a good chance to test them in the field. They could easily sink an Aesfrosti ship or two.
And yet I see not a trace of a smile on you.
I never wanted to build weapons for war.
Yet you don't think twice about toying with human life. How ironic.
How dare you!
It would be interesting to know more about like the backgrounds of the Saintly Seven.
Have a wonderful day.
The audacity of Edor's dog.
I really wish. I mean, I'm glad we're getting to see a little bit more of the Saintly Seven, but like, I wish we knew more about their backstories. Like, you know, like I feel like there's just so much. Like they play such a central role, at least in the route that we're on right now, and I would like to know more about their backstories. You know, I think that'd be nice at the very least. Anyway. We'll continue with the main story now. A missive arrives from Cyprus, alerting Gustadolph to dangers back home.
Are you certain it's wise to return to Aesfrost alone, Your Grace?
Oh yeah,
you
Vlora.
are needed here.
I forgot about Vlora. It's been a while since I've seen her. Gosh, we absolutely still need to kill her for what she did to homeboy. What was his name? Sir Maxwell. We still need to kill her for that.
If Cycrus's missive is to be believed, I'm afraid matters are far too grave to be left to anyone else. Svarog's deception is nearing its climax. His ill-gotten profits are being used to build a weapon of untold destructive power.
Our anonymous source from the manufactory hinted at as much. Svarog is bold to have carried out his plan this far.
Death Snell? What's that?
Let the adults speak, my dear.
If we're to be wed, then there should be trust between us. How long do you intend on treating me like a child?
Very well. Tell her, Thalos.
If you insist, brother. This weapon combines the powerful explosives developed by Dragan with Aesfrost's mastery of steelcraft. Although yet to be tested, this cannon is said to have the power to breach even Hyzante's walls. The goddess's shield would buckle under a single blast.
But the shield is impregnable.
I have heard nothing of this. Do you think so little of your general?
A general is to win me victory, as and when I command it.
Svarog's intent isn't to bring Hyzante to heel, however. He means to use the cannon against Brother.
Oh, interesting.
But the fool was so blinded by ambition that he never saw the strings guiding his every deed.
Fool that he may be, he served his purpose well. The cannon could not have been made without his engineers and Dragan's research. He will die secure in the knowledge that his bloodline contributed to the glory of Aesfrost. Sadly, he shall not live to see his work completed. With it, we shall do what our forebears could not. The goddess's shield shall yield before Aesfrost's might and ingenuity.
If we can even approach the walls, brother, the trade embargo will ensure that Hyzante is especially wary of our actions.
On the contrary, their focus will turn inward. With naught else to leverage their influence with, they will take measures to see that none of their precious salt escapes their borders.
Or they're going to declare war on you with the Wolforts.
There may be some gnashing of teeth, to be sure, but it will only be in an attempt to hide their inner turmoil. Erica, muster a force and march to the Hierophant's palace at once. Deliver to Hyzante my final demands.
Oh, dang.
As you wish, brother. I shall gather what news I can of the Saintly Seven's machinations.
Thalos, you will remain in Glenbrook. Conduct yourself as if I had never left.
You hardly need to ask, brother.
That is all. Now go.
Even his own flesh and blood are but tools to be used and then discarded when their purpose is served.
He has faith only in himself. Such has ever been his way.
And yet, why do you serve him? You could easily cut him down if you wanted. I don't know. Guess she just values loyalty. In the still of the night completed. Yeah, I will save my game. Apparently I won't. Okay, there we go. Huh. Well, it seems like they're not expecting, you know, everything with us declaring war on them to happen. So hopefully we'll catch him by surprise.
Aesfrost and Glenbrook remained strong after declaring a trade stop with Hyzante. Gustadolph sends Erica to Hyzante to deliver his ultimatum, and dispatches an army to Glenbrook to increase the pressure on the Holy State. Hyzante, under the banner of Prince Roland, sends Minister Serenoa Wolfort of the Saintly Seven to prepare for retaliation.
It is really weird that we're one of the Saintly Seven now. Let's do this thing.
Softly but surely, Norzelia descends into war once more.
Oh, but we're gonna win. Chapter 13, Part 1. Was that the time has come? Was one chapter really just zero fighting? Was that chapter seriously just no fighting? Interesting.
Those are the Archduke's wishes. I implore you not to forget that this is his final offer. Come to think of it, I heard that Wolfort was added to your saintly ranks. Where might he be?
I'm afraid I cannot answer that. The dealings of the Saintly Seven are our business, and ours alone.
How disappointing. I had hoped to congratulate him on his promotion.
That wretched woman. Those are hardly wishes.
Aesfrost all but demands us open the source to restore our diplomatic relations.
The Duchy fears neither a lack of salt nor the goddess's shield. We can assume they have a plan in mind.
Then this was no more than a ploy to stall for time. We had best expedite House Wolfort's plans to take the capital. Minister Exham, send word to Minister Serenoa.
I'm down. Say the word. I'm down to go wreck Aesfrost. Not Hyzante. Whoops. Down to go wreck Aesfrost, bro. They've had it coming for the longest time. Guess we got a lot of story stuff today. I thought we were going to be making a Scales of Conviction choice, but seems like we just got a lot of story to get through.
You wish to lend us Hyzante's new weapon?
Oh, they got a new weapon too? Everyone's got some new weapon. Fancy new weapon.
Yes, it was a directive from the Holy One. The weapon is one Minister Lila developed in secret.
Oh yeah, they were literally talking about that earlier. I got distracted by the weapon they were talking about in Aesfrost, or in Glenbrook, which is technically Aesfrost.
I compressed a vast quantity of magic into crystal form. We call this weapon Elfric.
Elfric. Isn't Elfric important in like Octopath Traveler? I feel like Elfric, I remember having to do with Octopath Traveler. But anyway. Nice. What does it do?
The blast crystals have yet to be perfected, but they can decimate a castle wall easily enough.
Alright then.
We thank you for your support.
Be forewarned that their power makes him unwieldy in an average battle.
They are not meant to be used on people. Furthermore, we are only giving you a single blast crystal.
Regardless, I'm certain it will come in handy while recapturing Whiteholm Castle.
Its incomplete nature makes it regrettably tricky to use, but Milo should be able to take care of that for you. Use them both wisely.
Milo?
I am Milo.
New unit?
A dancer by trade, but assistant to the Saintly Seven on occasion. I shall serve you, Minister Serenoa, until we reclaim the capital.
Alright.
Sure you'll be okay?
You needn't worry. It isn't my first time flirting with danger.
A Hyzantean spy?
Very likely.
The blast of the Elfric should help you catch the enemy unawares. Both my army and Minister Camsel's will join in the attack. Can we entrust command to you, Minister Serenoa?
Yeah.
Most certainly. And the crystal will be key in our plan to reclaim Glenbrook.
It's all coming together. Nice. Are we actually going to get to battle this chapter, though? Because we didn't get to battle that last chapter. I couldn't help but notice. We've got quite a bit more story to do. Yeah, like, seriously. I'm fairly certain... Yeah, we're on chapter 13 now, right? Let's save the game. Yeah, we're on chapter 13, part 1. Literally in the last episode, we were on chapter 11. So that chapter was entirely story. That's very interesting. Because I think that's the only chapter so far that has been entirely story. I'm pretty sure... Whoa, I keep doing that. I'm pretty sure all the other stories so far... Or all the other chapters so far have involved at least... Or have involved a battle. So, interesting. Anyway, let's do this side story here real quick. Sycris reports a theft in the archives to Gustadolph. Of course, we'll do the side stories before we do the main story stuff, because that's how we do things.
You have made a grave error in allowing thieves to raid the archives, Constable Sycris.
Forgive me. My guards gave chase as soon as they noticed intruders, but they'd already fled beyond our reach.
What did they take?
Luckily, they were unable to gain entry to where we keep our more sensitive texts. All they were able to make off with was a single book penned by the late Lady Orlea.
Oh, Lady Orlea!
She left behind a message of sorts?
She'd bid it be passed on to Lady Frederica when she came of age, but it seems those wishes were forgotten.
Thalos or Erica must have hidden it from her. They derived no greater pleasure than from tormenting her. Do we know what was written in this book?
No. Storage records indicate it was protected by some arcane seal.
Interesting.
Must be of some significance. If she would go to such lengths to protect it from prying eyes. Perhaps something to do with the Rosellan liberation, for which she fought so fiercely. Or perhaps it is not but a mother complaining to her daughter of a duchy they both despise.
I shall send a party to hunt down the thieves at once.
No need. Such ruffians are unlikely to be in the employ of our foe. No doubt they were simply looking to loot us to fill their own purses. It is more important that we dispose of Svarog and finish the Nell with all haste. Dispatch your soldiers there.
Aye, Your Grace.
Man, Gustadolph just really is such a hateable person. Just kills everyone that stands in his way, pretty much. Cause yeah, he had what was it? He had Dragan assassinated. He's killing Svarog now. He's just such a hateable guy, which I guess makes him a good villain. Interesting. So, A thief stole a book written by Frederica's mother. I wonder if that's somehow going to end up in our hands. I don't know who the thieves are, but if it does somehow make its way into our hands, I think that would be really good for us. So we have Whiteholm Castle. And then what else? We have Tellior Streets. Under secret orders, Huet scouts the Tellior domain with Flugy? Who's Flugy? Anyway, let's do this one. I'm interested. Gotta learn who Flugy is. Or Flugy, or I don't know how that's pronounced. They'll have to tell me. Oh, was that her
Benedict
bird?
asked me to scout out Tellior and where the Aesfrosti soldiers are stationed. But I hardly see any around. Why did he ask me to come here in the first place? I doubt it would matter in reclaiming the capital. But orders are orders. I should report back.
Flugy must be her bird. That's it? There's nothing more to that? It was just that? That's interesting. Okay, well, a missive arrives at Whiteholm Castle informing Thalos and the others of the outcome of Erica's negotiations with Hyzante. In that they went nowhere, because we ain't gonna surrender to you.
Ah, tidings from Erica. She says Hyzante refused our final offer.
You seem surprised. There was no way Hyzante would agree to open the source.
I know that, but the negotiations were meant to buy us time. Yet it seems their soldiers are already on the move. Damn it all! This wasn't supposed to happen.
If you play with fire, you get burned. Now we have no recourse but to meet them in battle without the Archduke.
So it has come to war, then?
We just have to beat them at their own game. Their newest saint is heading the vanguard. You must be delighted that a former retainer to the crown is coming to visit. Right, Cordelia?
Enough, Thalos. I won't allow such impudence toward the Queen.
There we go, Avlora.
Queen? This child is nothing more than a puppet. And I believe the impotent one here is you, Avlora. A general has no right telling the Prime Minister what to do.
I had no idea the Prime Minister's job was to torment the weak.
Enough, General Avlora. I will answer the Prime Minister. As the Queen of Glenbrook, I shall protect my kingdom until my dying breath, no matter who may stand against me.
It appears your impudence is contagious, Avlora. Your charge knows not how powerless she is.
Well, if Avlora fights
Worry
with her.
not, Your Majesty. I shall protect you.
Yeah, I mean, Avlora could take on anyone, pretty much. Come on, Avlora, defect! If only we had Maxwell, dude.
Because I am to wed the Archduke?
Because you are a warrior. One who does not give up, even if she must fight her battles alone. I was an orphan. I never knew my parents. I entered the army to make a place for myself. So I know better than anyone the pain of having to do everything on your own.
Allow me to bare my heart to you as well, General Avlora. As the last heir to the throne of Glenbrook, I do not intend to let Gustadolph have his way.
You mean to strike down the Archduke?
But I lack the power to do so. Have you heard of the Royalists? The aristocrats who were aid to my father.
I have. I also heard they secretly indulged in bribes and the like for personal gain. That man Patriot was cozying up to the Archduke not seconds after King Regna's beheading. Their kind knows no loyalty.
Indeed. But Gustadolph has not given any of them a position in his court, so they have fallen on hard times. I want to ask Petriet and the other royalists for their help.
Are you mad? No doubt they would wholeheartedly embrace you as their symbol, but only for their own purposes.
I understand that. But their years in service to the crown have earned them great influence in politics. I must have their support if I'm to reclaim Glenbrook.
That's fine, your brother will reclaim Glenbrook.
Is it possible for you to rein them in?
Not alone. But with you, General of Laura, I can.
Oh, sorry.
They lack military might. If you accompany me, I could sway them to my cause. Please, General, lend me your strength.
As an Aesfrosti general, I simply cannot turn a deaf ear to what you've told me. Did you not think I would tell the Archduke of your plans?
Of course I did. But I refuse to stand idly by as a mere decoration. So if it meant earning your trust, I was willing to show you that I wish to protect Glenbrook by any means necessary.
You took a gamble.
I had to. For it is not status or reward that moves you.
So you bet on my honor, and refusal would sully my name forever. However, safeguarding the kingdom comes first. Fighting at your side will have to wait.
General of Laura!
A word of advice, Your Majesty. Both Hyzante and the Archduke are veterans of war. The fight will not be an easy one, and may rage on for many years.
Even so, I will not falter. I must do this. For my father and brothers.
An admirable resolve. One which I will see fulfilled.
Oh, dang.
I shall be your sword and shield, my queen.
Thank you, General of Laura.
Dang. Avlora's fighting for Cordelia now. Yo, let's go Cordelia, by the way. Not even bad. Something tells me, honestly... Oh, there we go. Scales of Conviction. Huh. Just came a little bit later than I thought it would. And, I mean, I guess we could maybe try? I don't know. Well, first things first, I just want to say I have this feeling that, honestly, even if, you know, we do take back Glenbrook and Roland reveals himself and all that, I still feel like, honestly, I feel like there's a chance Roland just lets Cordelia rule Glenbrook, honestly, because even remembering back to the beginning of the game, he was talking about how, like, I don't know, like, the royal lifestyle wasn't really for him, you know? He's not, like, a traditional prince in the way he acts, so I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised, I guess, if Cordelia actually does end up becoming, like, the permanent ruler of Glenbrook. But we'll see what happens. So, we have a Scales of Conviction. Party decides how to use the new weapon gifted to them by Hyzante. I guess let's at least get started, see what the different choices are, and then maybe we will make the actual decision in the next episode. But let's see what, like, the build up to the decision is first. Otherwise, the video is kind of like only 30 minutes.
I apologize, but are you suggesting we destroy the dam around Tellior Reservoir to start a flood?
The capital city was built on the banks of the Norzelia River. Breaking the dam surrounding Lake Tellior upstream will allow us to submerge a majority of the city.
Interesting.
Flooding the town will throw their army into disarray, which should allow us to take the place by storm.
Lake Tellior is a man-made reservoir. You might be able to burst through with a blast crystal.
Huette scouted the area earlier and reported seeing very few sentries. Proof enough that this is outside the Archduke's calculations.
Oh, so that's why Hewitt went there.
No. The damage will be too great. The means would not justify the end, Benedict.
Well, maybe it would. I don't know. We'll see.
We cannot afford to lose.
I agree with Roland. There is already far too much blood on our hands. Perhaps it's worth speaking with the people and gaining their understanding.
Unless we reclaim Glenbrook, it's unlikely they'll understand or support our actions.
Yeah. I mean, unless we have Roland reveal himself.
We must take the capital back and show our strength and resolve first.
So that means you stand by Benedict then?
I mean, I kind of do
If
too.
we have a sure shot at winning, we need to take it, no matter the consequences. We can't lose the war. We just can't.
Telior Reservoir is the kingdom's water source. The dam was constructed to protect the people from floods. I doubt they would ever forgive us should we choose to destroy it for war.
Glenbrook thrives because of that water, and to use it otherwise is inexcusable. Brute strength isn't the only way to reclaim the city. We can strike at night and defeat their commanding officers. There are
I'm
ways
down for
to
whatever.
slip into the castle unseen.
Right, I guess we could try that.
If you have used it before, there is a chance it has been sealed off since.
Oh, fair, that is true.
There is more than one route. You needn't worry.
So you mean not to use the blast crystal?
No, I do. After we sneak in, we can sink Aesfrost's warship. It would close off their escape route.
Our
Not
first
bad.
priority should be ensuring the people's safety. We cannot allow them to be taken hostage. It would restrict our options as well.
She's got a point. But how do we take the capital back after that?
We could use the blast crystal to destroy the bridge connecting the town and the castle. The enemies would be stuck within the walls.
That would certainly mitigate the damages to the citizens. If we encircle the castle, we could negotiate with them.
We could ask them to yield, free Glenbrook, and re-establish the trade between our nations. I am certain we can find a way to make both parties agree.
Negotiate.
I understand your thoughts and the wishes held therein.
So negotiate and try to make peace with Glenbrook? Instead of reclaiming Glenbrook?
Allow me to ask once more.
Skills of conviction time.
Shall we shatter the dam around Lake Telior and flood the town? Sneak in under the guise of night, sink their ships, and slay their commanding officers?
Oh, we got 3 choices?
Or destroy the bridge, safeguard the people, and negotiate with the enemy.
Oh,
Fetch the
dang.
scales. It is time we decide our path.
We have 3 choices this time? That's insane. I have a hard enough time making a decision when there's just 2 options. Gonna give me 3? We now have 3 paths before us, each with its own merits and shortcomings. But which one will lead House Wolford to victory? Dang, bro. That's crazy. So destroy the bridge, entrap the enemy in the castle, then negotiate. Destroy the dam and wash away the troops in the Crown City. Or infiltrate the castle, launch a surprise attack, and destroy the duchy's warship. Those are our 3 options. Huh. Well, I think we'll leave that decision making for the next episode. My preliminary thoughts are I'm kind of leaning toward what Roland suggested, I guess. Infiltrate the castle, launch a surprise attack, and destroy the warship. Because I kind of want to actually reclaim Glenbrook, and trying to make negotiations doesn't sound like we're going to actually reclaim Glenbrook. We're just going to, I guess, ensure that they're not going to attack us anymore. But if we can reclaim Glenbrook, have Roland reveal himself, then we could potentially gain the support of all of the people and increase the power of our army. Theoretically, at least. But like destroying the dam and going that route, then yeah, that is a bit of a problem, because then, well, we're destroying the dam, and that's going to be really bad for the citizens, and I don't know how much they're going to support us after that. But if we can infiltrate, I think that's better. I think that's probably the way I'm going to go. But I'll have to talk to everyone first, see what they all say, what their arguments are, and then I'll make my decision. But we'll do that in the next episode. So, thank you guys for watching this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It would really help out the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. Apparently, we got Chapter 12 defeated. Apparently, we finished up Chapter 12, so we're on Chapter 13. So we're actually getting pretty far into the game, because I believe I looked it up at one point and saw that there are 21 chapters in this game, which means that there should only be about 8 more chapters remaining. Or I guess maybe 9, I guess, including Chapter 13. So like a maximum of like 9 more fights or something like that, unless they do some sort of weird thing where there's a chapter where you have 2 fights in it, which is, I suppose, is possible, since we had this one, or have Chapter 12 at 0 fights, so who knows. But yeah, I don't know. We're getting closer, slowly but surely. I'm thinking by this summer we should absolutely have this finished. So that's nice. I really do feel a little bad that we have taken so long to make progress in this game, because I believe I started this series around a year ago, actually, if you can believe it. Because I believe Triangle Strategy came out early March last year, and now it's, almost mid-March. So I believe this series we started about a year ago. So I do feel bad that we haven't progressed through this as fast as I would have liked to. It's just, college stuff is gets me to be a lot busier than I would like to be, and I do imagine that in a few weeks, I'm gonna end up getting busy again, and then the uploads are gonna slow down a bit. But we will finish this, like I said, if not like before summer, then like during summer. I'm sure it probably will be during summer, but yeah. And then also, I imagine probably around that time, probably around summer-ish, is probably when I'll be starting a playthrough of Fire Emblem Engage on Maddening mode. I did mention that at one point earlier on. I guess just for anyone that's interested, that may still be here. I do think that would be fun to do. I still need to beat Fire Emblem Engage on my own first, and then I'll do a playthrough of that on Maddening mode. And then I guess also for anyone interested, I'm probably just never going to continue the Fire Emblem 7 randomizer I had going. I made that way too difficult for myself. I have like very little motivation to return to it. If I do a randomizer of that again, I'll have to not make the randomization settings so difficult. But anyway, I'm rambling. I'm talking about stuff unrelated to this game now, so I'm just going to wrap it up here. So once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I hopefully will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.